Hey guys, it's Tim again over at Columbiana talking about the 2014 Chevy Impala. Before we get in, I do want to show you one really cool feature, and that's going to be your passive entry. So your key fob here, people are kind of familiar with these at this point. Lock, unlock, set your alarm, and a lot of people even are familiar with the remote start. So, if you wanted to use that remote start, you can hit lock, hold this down, the vehicle would start up for you. So we're just going to show you that. So lock, hold that button down, and the vehicle's again going to start up for you. Now the vehicle's locked, so you get up to it, no one can get into your car without you having this key fob and unlocking it. So we're going to do that. We're going to hit unlock. Now I'm also going to show you one other thing you have here, and that's when you have this key fob in your pocket, your purse, somewhere close to you, this little button here. So when you hit that, that'll actually lock and unlock the car. So I don't know if you can see that kind of moving up and down there, but you never have to pull the key fob out of your pocket. So you go ahead and hit this button, that'll unlock it, you can get in the car. So if this was still in my pocket, no problem. I can just walk in the car and go ahead and this has a push button start, so you can see just step on the brake and go ahead and hit that button, and you'll see the little light come on, and then you see my audio and everything pop on as well to let you know that the car is fully started. So really easy to use, and really nice technology. Now that goes along with the application that you get from OnStar, that you get for free for 5 years, that you can use right on your cell phone, and you can also start your car with that application. The nice thing about that is there's no range because it's run by satellites. So let's say you took a walk and say, hey, I forgot that I locked my car. You had a couple things in there. You can jump on your phone, hit lock from no matter where you're at and lock it. Or start it from inside the mall or wherever you work, where the key fob might not work because it might be out of range. So that's free for 5 years with any new GM purchase, and you don't have to subscribe to OnStar to get that. So really cool technology. We could talk about that a little more later, but I'm going to show you a couple of things here with this audio system. As I show a lot of people, they're like, wow, that's really neat, and then you got a lot of people that say, hey, that looks really confusing. It's actually really simple to use. So I just want to show you a few different things on it, and if you have questions, again, please comment and we can go over anything in more detail. But for example, the nicest thing is the home button. People kind of recognize that from their phones and other iPads and things of that nature. So if you touch that, that's going to bring you to your main page, and you can see your applications are all right here that you're going to use. If there are more applications, you can hit the button and it'll scroll side to side, as you can see those buttons there. And then you see this little button here that'll bring up any favorites that you might have pre-saved. So for example, let's say you wanted to use an application like Pandora. So that's an application that once you have set up to your phone, as soon as your phone comes in the car with you, it's going to recognize it. If you play Pandora, it's automatically going to load through your speakers. Same way it works with your phone. So if you sync your phone up to the vehicle, it'll actually come up and it'll show the name of the phone, and then you can come down and you can look at your contacts, your recent calls, your missed calls, everything right from this screen, instead of even having to pick up your phone. So a little more safe. If you're gonna have to use your phone, at least you're not sitting there fumbling around with it. Everything's right here for you. So again, so you want to go back, hey, where am I at in the screen? I don't know. Hit the home page. You can always go back. Navigation is extremely easy to use. All you got to do is open it up, touch the destination button, and type in where you want to go. If there's a certain point of interest, you can touch that as well. If there's an address that you've saved recently, you can go into recent addresses and click on that so you don't have to retype it. And one of the nicest things about it is you see the voice control here, and you have that same button right on your steering wheel right here. And what that'll do is let you pretty much do everything by voice. So instead of typing something in, you can actually hit that button, and you can go ahead and tell it where you want to go. And that correlates with these buttons that you see here and the little LCD screen you see in front of us. So again, it kind of keeps you from having to take your eyes off the road. So if you went ahead and you touch this,
command please,
you can go ahead and scroll down to navigation commands, enter into that.
Destination?
You can come up and tell it you want an address.
Say the address in Ohio, or say change state,
and then you can actually tell it the address and it'll load it up for you. So really cool technology, and there's no standard voice controls that you have to use. So for example, I'm gonna turn the radio up here just so you can hear it. We're gonna go back to the home page, and right now it's on, let's see what channel, like it just said, Y103, so 102.9. And let's say we wanted to listen to my favorite channel, 93.3. So all we would do is we can come over here and we can hit this.
Command, please.
93.3, please.
93.3 FM.
You see, it just changed it, and you could say that however you want, and it's gonna, for the most part, recognize you. And that's the same way you enter an address, or the same way you call someone that's stored in your phone. Like, let's say you wanted to call home, and you have that saved as home, or whomever, John Doe. You can go ahead and hit the button and just say call John Doe, and it'll call whomever's stored under that name automatically. So you never have to really touch buttons. You can do it all by voice control, which makes everything a little safer and definitely more convenient. So a lot of great technology that's built into this car. That's a good song, by the way. A lot of great technology that's built into this car, and we're just going to take a look around it real quick too, just so you can see everything. So LTZ, again, it's going to have this nice wood grain on the steering wheel. You've got heated steering wheel as well. And inside too, it's worth pointing out a lot of technology features that's going to be safe for you. So in this one, for example, I'm going to hit this button so you can see what goes on. As you see, it says collision alert. So there's a little sensor in the front, and a little sensor will pick up if you're getting too close to a vehicle, and it'll flash a little red light right up here on your dash. You can see a little hole where the little red light shines up, and it'll beep, so you know, hey, someone just slammed on the brakes, you're approaching too quickly. Just in case you weren't paying attention, you can go ahead and hit that brake. And you can adjust that too. So you see right now it's got multiple lines, and we could drop that down, and you can see as we hit that, that's going to let us know as we get either further away or closer to the vehicle, whatever you feel most comfortable with. Or you can turn it off altogether, because some people are like, hey, that's going to drive me crazy, I don't want to use it. Anything that's on here technology wise, you can pretty much turn off and not have to concern yourself with if you don't want to. Although that's a great feature, I don't know why you wouldn't want it on. Cruise control is right here. And again, you know, everything's really easy to use. You can turn it on by hitting the button. You can see that popped up on your screen. Turn it off the same way. And then as you come up, you can see your set, reset, and you see plus and minus. That means you can increase and decrease your speed by just touching that. And the information that you see here is all customizable too. So if you go ahead, and I'm going to show you, try to show you both here. When you hit these buttons, you can scroll through different information. So like as you come up to info, and this is what I leave mine on most of the times, you could just see your, you know, your miles per hour. But if you wanted to, you can go ahead.
Goodbye.
Touch the wrong button there, trying to watch this screen. Anyhow, as you come over, you could see, you know, your audio information, your phone information, navigation information. It'll even show you your turns when they're coming up. But some people, for example, like to see their audio information, and you can see it all right on the screen here. You can scroll through your favorites and look at different channels right here, instead of having to look over and away from, you know, right ahead of you. So a lot of technology that makes driving really convenient and easy. Down here, you know, is all your HVAC controls, and again, there's not a lot of buttons there, and it's really easy to use. So a lot of people will say, you know, my car either too hot or too cold. With a car like this, it's not only dual climate control, but you can also set it on auto. So, you know, if for example you want it to be, you know, around 68 degrees, you can go ahead and hit 68 degrees. It's changing this side because I already have sync on. If you didn't, you can change those sides separately. But then I can just hit auto, and it'll heat or cool the car to that 68 degrees, and so it's never going to get too hot or too cold. So definitely nice. As you come over here, you can see a couple more buttons for heated and cooled seats, and so I guess you call it ventilated seats. But as you can see on these seats here, the little perforations, it's going to blow air through those little perforations in the seat, and if you have the air on, it's going to be cooled air. So keep you nice and cool in the hot days, and it'll keep you warm on the cold days. And then you also have traction control stand on all these cars, as well as StabiliTrak. So if one tire starts to spin, the other is going to take over. If you start to kind of fishtail out, the car is going to do its best to actually go ahead and straighten itself out based on the way you have the steering wheel pointed. So a lot of nice features. Let's not forget to talk a little bit about OnStar. I know it's kind of hard to see in this video here, but you do get OnStar for free when you buy this car. And then if you want to continue the subscription, you know, there is a monthly or yearly cost, but it's a nice feature to have. You can talk to a representative really 24 hours a day to help you with directions if you don't feel well. They'll contact you if you were to get into an accident, make sure you're okay. If you're unresponsive, they can automatically locate you and send you assistance. And if someone wants more information on OnStar, let me know. We can talk about that a little more in depth too. But you can see the amount of room back here too. So great leg room in that second row, and a lot of room in the back seat in general. So for a family, I have 3 kids that are in this car with me pretty often, and they don't complain much. There's plenty of room. So again, 2014 Chevy Impala. This is the LTZ, and again, there are other models, but this one has all the extra equipment just so you can kind of see everything. Show you the sunroof here real quick before we leave, because it's one of my favorite parts of this car. You can see it's got a dual roof, so the second piece of glass is immobile. It doesn't move. The shade just kind of covers it or leaves it open so you can get some daylight in there. But this piece, of course, will open, ventilate, move all the way back. But let some natural light into the car. Nice for longer trips. But again, 2014 Chevy Impala. This is Tim over at Columbiana. If someone wants to see anything else on this car or any other car, please let me know, and I'd be happy to help. Thanks for watching.